This school hard knocks fight is an amateur bout in the 150-pound weight class. It is brought to you by Print, our official printer for Hard Knocks 15. And now, let's meet the fighters. Fighting out of Medicine Hat, please welcome
Mitchell Carlson makes his way to the cage, weighing 151 pounds in last night's weigh-in. 0-2 as an amateur fighter, but just 18 years old. A long way to go for this young man. He's been training mixed martial arts for 2 years now out of the Underground Training Center in Medicine Hat, Alberta.
You know, he's a really tough kid, soft-spoken, but he's taken 2 very tough fights. His first fight was against Cole Under, one of my teammates. His second fight was against Scott McDonald.
And we saw from Scott McDonald in the last fight that well coached in the striking game. So, but again, we've said it before on the Hard Knocks broadcast. Easy to say again. It doesn't matter if you're 0-100 as an amateur, as long as you're 100-0 as a pro.
Exactly.
And fighting out of the Illinois Northwest Territory, please welcome Ren Bessara.
Ren Bessara comes to us from the Northwest Territories. Followed his brother into the cage. Said he's been training for a year, looking to progress as fast as possible. Said he wants to take the game plan slower. He wants to relax in there so as to not gas himself out, so that he knows he has the full potential to go 3 rounds.
You know, that's a smart game plan. That's something a lot of fighters don't like to do when they step in the cage early in their career. They just like to get in there, give her, and hope the fight ends in their favor. I've had the pleasure of cornering against his brother a long time ago. His brother's a very skilled fighter. Following his brother's footsteps can be a very difficult task. We'll see if we can do it.
Lost his amateur debut in the first round due to a referee stoppage. Well, celebrated a birthday yesterday.
Yes, sir. Nothing he probably wants more than a W on his birthday. Well, the day after his birthday.
Well, and when you go to the weigh-ins after cutting weight to get down to 145 as he did for the weigh-ins yesterday, always nice to be able to leave those weigh-ins and get yourself that piece of birthday cake that you wouldn't have been able to have before the weigh-ins started.
Well, I should hope he didn't go for cake the day before his fight. That might be asking for trouble. But, you know, after his fight tonight, he's going to go out and celebrate hard, I'm sure.
Okay, good luck. So just waiting for Ren Bessara to step into the cage, and he'll get his instructions from referee Elvis Light.
Well, one of these fighters is going to get their first win tonight, and that makes it very exciting to see cage side. Nothing like getting your hand raised for the first time.
And now for the official fighter introductions. Fighting out of the Fitness Central blue corner. At age 18, he stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in at 151 pounds. Fighting out of Underground Training Center in Medicine Hat, please welcome our Knox fighter, Mitchell Carlson. And in the Essential Oil Field Services right corner, he's 29 years old and stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. Weighed in at 145 and 1/2 pounds. Fighting out of True North Combat Sports in Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, please welcome our Knox fighter, Ren Bessara. This bout will be contested under amateur rules, and the referee in charge of the Hard Knocks action is Elvis Lyon.
clean, hard fight. Give it everything you've got. Touch gloves, come out swinging.
Mitchell Carlson in the blue corner, gray trunks, black trunks out of the red corner. It's Ren Bessara as they step to the center of the cage, touch gloves, and we are underway. Kick thrown there from Carlson. Eats a couple punches, a nice throw there from Bessara, although Carlson quick to get back up.
Good knee thrown there by Carlson.
Bessara throwing punches to the midsection. That landed an overhand punch to the face of Carlson as well, but Carlson doing an effective job inside with his knees.
These Illinois fighters throw big, heavy punches. Watch for that looping overhand right.
Big leg kick there. Got a reaction from the crowd as he heard it snap, and Bessara puts Carlson up against the cage, and just to the inside of the thigh with that knee was Bessara, working for the double leg takedown and secures it, slams his opponent to the ground, and Carlson now looking to work from his back. Bessara in the full guard trying to pass, and maybe has gotten into the side control. Well, not quite side control, but has his opponent pinned down to the ground. And Carlson quick to scramble back to the guard.
Carlson has a very underrated ground game. He likes to go for a lot of leg lock submissions. It's something you don't usually see in amateurs, so watch for him to snap that on.
But the leg lock submissions, of course, twisting submissions here, not legal under the rules here in the Saskatchewan. Under the amateur rules we're fighting under. Big punch to the midsection side of Carlson as Bessara continues to work that dominant position and land strikes. Got the forearm on the throat of Carlson. Carlson rolling away from that. Bessara trying to maybe squirt over the top with an attempt to take it back. Has a nasty submission attempt looking here as Carlson trying to get back out of it. But Bessara trying to click on the submission there, unable to do so. Carlson rolls back over, but now has given up his back. Bessara working from the top now. He'll be looking for the choke. Got both hooks in, has one arm across, but one arm in has Carlson.
Like we saw in the last fight.
There's the choke now.
Carlson can turn in. He's going to be in a good position, but now it looks like it's starting to sink that choke.
That choke is pretty well locked as Carlson trying to escape out of it, but we could see a tap soon as Bessara has the choke locked in. The tap is there. This fight is over, and Ren Bessara giving a couple push-ups for his trouble. Maybe a little disrespect in the face of an opponent, but Carlson not looking, and so won't likely have seen it. That'll be something for the coaches to tell him about when he gets back to the cage.
Yeah, I don't like seeing that at all. After a hard fight like that, Carlson worked hard to fight that choke off. He's going to be displeased when he sees the replay.
So here we can see the choke being locked in on that replay. Bessara managing to get his wrist over, and at that point it was just a matter of time. Carlson valiantly trying to fight that choke off, was able to do so for a couple of minutes, but or a couple of seconds rather, but once it was really locked in, he kind of had two choices: tap or go to sleep. Just waiting on the official timekeeper's decision, but we do know that Ren Bessara will get his first victory as an amateur.
Our next match, we have the official decision brought to you by Fast Sprint. The winner by tap out on a rear naked choke at 2 minutes 50 seconds of the first round. Fighting out of the red corner, Ren Bessara!
So at 2:50 of the first round, Ren Bessara gets his first victory, and he'll speak to the voice of the Hard Knocks Fighting Championship, Doug Dinant.
Ren, I didn't get a chance to talk to you, but I found out a little bit about you. In other words, I heard that your brother was a big inspiration for you to get into MMA. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, my brother's right there. If you can't tell already, you kind of look alike.
I kind of thought you guys might have looked alike, but you know, maybe I got hit many times seeing double, you know. But tell me about the inspiration. What was it that he said to you that got you into MMA fighting?
Just his first fight, you know, I felt like the adrenaline and stuff, and I kind of wanted to be a part of this.
Well, you certainly are a part of it here. I gotta tell you though, 29 years old, you were 11 years older than your younger opponent there. And one of the things that you wanted to be sure of was that you didn't gas out. What was the secret to your training there to keep up the kind of pace that you had going there?
I ran a lot. Actually, last Thursday I ran a marathon. So.
You've been running a marathon.
Yeah.
You just about did a marathon right there, my friend. You said to keep relaxed, and one thing that I saw out of that was I saw that look on your face when you came in. I thought it looks pretty intense, but you seemed to relax, you seemed to breathe. I heard your brother saying that. Keep breathing, and that made the difference. Didn't it be able to keep that pace up?
Yeah, the number one thing for me is to relax. The number one thing for like a fighter is to relax.
Well, I don't know how you relax like that when you got some guy waiting to pound you in the head, but I'll tell you what, it looked pretty good to me. Oh, by the way, I do have to win since you were 11 years older. That wasn't the case until yesterday because you just turned 29, I heard at the weigh-in. Kind of a nice birthday present, right?
Yeah, it's perfect birthday present.
Yeah, you put a bow on it, then maybe somebody will buy you a beer at the after party. Would that be all right?
Yeah.
I bet a bunch of these guys will. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner right here, Mr. Ren